Warning: the following content contains strong language and may not be suitable for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome to the MGS Podcast, your one-stop shop for movies, games, and sports. My name is Jake, here always with my Wakanda Forever, Paul. How you doing, Paul?
Hey, I'm doing good, man.
I just came up with that on the fly because, we're
Wakanda.
kind of celebrating a little bit of Disney magic this morning.
Yeah. Did you guys see the trailer? I saw the trailer.
I saw the trailer.
Jake saw the trailer.
What sucked is the first time I saw the trailer, I was also editing my stream, so I'm like...
I sent it to you guys like right in the middle of you guys playing last night.
Yeah.
I was like, I hope they stop to watch this.
Yeah, so needless to say, we are going to be talking about everything Disney in our movie segment.
They dropped some bombs this weekend.
Yeah, they dropped a lot of bombs, and I'm excited for these bombs. I'm excited for most of the bombs, even though some of the bombs we have to wait until the end of 2025 for, but, who's counting the days? I am.
Yeah.
For gaming, we are going to be talking about Skull and Bones, a open-world Ubisoft pirate game.
1,221. Just did that math.
Did you? Is it actually?
Yeah.
And then, sports, I don't know, we'll figure it out. But, stay tuned, and we'll be back in a minute to talk about some Disney stuff. Woohoo! Woo! 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 So to kick things off, we're going to go into the closest, most anticipated of the announcements.
The deepest, darkest parts of Wakanda is where we're about to travel.
Why has it got to be the dark parts of Wakanda?
Don't take it there.
So Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever was, we already knew about it, but we finally got a teaser trailer, which... you got to see a lot of shit for it being a teaser trailer. You get to see...
I was a little surprised it was that long.
You get to see Namor, which there was already rumor of him coming in prior to his announcement at all, where, in Endgame they talk about the whales communicating, and it's like, oh, that's because there's a little Aquaman guy down there talking to them.
Yeah, and you got to see them like all riding a huge blue whale.
Yeah, in the trailer.
Towards the end of the trailer, which was pretty cool. So I was like,
yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
You also get to see our new Black Panther, just a silhouette of her, because Paul and I were talking about it right before the podcast. He didn't really get a good look. He just saw the, golden suit, and he's like, damn, bro, is that Killmonger?
First thing that popped in my mind, Killmonger, he's back. Somehow they're going to bring in, another Black Panther who's been there. He's been in the movies, and they've even, talked to him, and, there's been interviews where they ask him, hey, are you going to re-solidify your role as Killmonger and, in Black Panther series? And he's always said no, or he doesn't know, or he's been very vague about it. Yeah. So as soon as I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, shit. Is this the reintroduction of him? But then talking to you, you were like, well, that person's, pretty thin, so it's
pretty
probably going to be
Shuri. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be Shuri. There was a lot of controversy with Shuri in regards to her vaccination status. And there was even talks at some points, speculation that she was going to get thrown out of the movie, which would have been, that would have been terrible because, Chadwick obviously passed away, rest in peace, King. And he left this huge hole in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And Shuri, she's been there with him since the beginning. That's his sister in the movies. So, you gotta let the shit outside of the movies be the shit outside of the movies. Let them come to work, do their stuff. And
how do you think they transition? What's your theory on how they transition to him not even being in the movie at all?
So we know he's dead in the movie because in the trailer, his mother talks about being the queen of the most powerful government in the world and how she's lost all of her family, which also brings me to she didn't lose Shuri. So what happened between them? Is it something to do with how T'Challa dies where, they don't even consider each other family anymore? because she
That's a good
said that
point.
all of her family is gone.
That is true. And when I did hear that, and I kind of thought the same thing. Like, well, wait a minute, you still have your daughter. So like, what's going on there? And yeah, that's a great point. I didn't even think like maybe
This
there was
brain,
something
bro. This brain when it
something
comes to nerdy
deeper.
shit.
You
Like,
know,
you know how many college degrees I could have if I, put my brain towards anything other than nerdy shit?
or you could just use it towards
Three.
nerdy shit. 3 college degrees?
3.
Oh wow.
I don't know what they'd be in, but I know I'd have at least 3 of them. But then,
Associates, bachelors, and masters.
yeah,
Maybe just those 3.
yeah. I just want to be able to tell everyone that I've got my ABM. You know what I'm saying? But so I'm assuming we might. I don't know if we'll see T'Challa dying because I feel like, in a sense, if you create a CGI character for Chadwick, it would kind of be a spit in the face to Chadwick himself, and I don't think the fans would be very fond of it either.
But maybe if they do, maybe it's like him, maybe on a deathbed.
Yeah.
But even at that point, even with him really dead in real life, I think that would still be a hard spot,
Especially for
people
his
to see.
family.
Yeah, sure.
So-
To see him laying there or something. So probably really have to just kind of take it out and just have
Yeah.
like a small story, based
Well,
on what happens. So.
And Chadwick isn't listed in the cast. So, because at first there's also speculation, do you use unused footage of him from all of the movies that he's been in to kind of like what they did with Leia in Rise of Skywalker? They took those unused bits from Carrie Fisher's performances and they put them together, and so all of that was actually Carrie Fisher acting just for different movies. So I don't think they'll do anything like that because he's not in the credits. But who knows? I mean, it's still early on. I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see Namor. I think he's going to be the villain
I was going to say,
of the movie.
being that he comes in as a threat, do you think that he automatically is betrayed as a villain?
Yeah, I mean, so
And where's he been all this time?
I'm pretty sure there was a Black Panther comic book run that showed like a war between those two. Kind of like in DC, how like the Amazonians were at war with Atlantis. Very similar concept to that. So, I think he's going to be the villain. After this, though, I think he's going to be an anti-hero. Not a hero, but an anti-hero.
So you think there's been like historical battles between these two?
Yeah, I think so.
So I was going to say, where Wakanda's not really right there on
It's
any
not
kind
by
of
any water, yeah.
So that would be my question. But maybe they're like an ancient, like,
Well,
I'm trying to think of the word, but like Wakanda's been around forever. Nobody knew about it.
Maybe
be
it's
the
an
same
ancient
thing.
rivalry
Right.
between the two. But, you never know. There might be water near there now because, just to remind everyone, a giant celestial popped out of the center of the earth. Could have fucked some shit up. So there might be an ocean right next to Wakanda now.
That's very
Who
true.
knows? And how did Namor's people take a giant celestial coming out of the ocean? I'd have
Maybe
been
that's
pretty
what
pissed.
woke them.
Could be.
Maybe got them back to the surface about what's going on.
I don't think that anything we see in the MCU will ever reference what happened in Eternals besides Blade.
Because he was
in the post-credit scene.
Post-credits,
So I can't see anything else.
And we got a
referencing
date
it.
for Blade, right?
Yeah.
Is it this year or is it
Next year.
summer, right?
Yeah, next year.
Okay.
So and that's actually one of the other movies that I'm really excited about. We've got a lot to talk about, so we'll move on from Black Panther. But I think anybody watching this can equally say that we're all extremely excited about Black Panther.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see where they're going to go with this story. I feel like with Chadwick leaving, everyone is really curious to see what's going to happen with this. But yeah, and then we've got Blade coming next year. I mean, we're not even going to have time to talk about everything that we've got coming. So, let's kind of take it one thing at a time. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. That's February 17th, 2023. Kang is going to be in there. That's probably going to be the next time that we actually see Kang, which kind of takes the theory that like the TVA in Loki was in the quantum realm.
Sure.
That's been a theory for a while, and the fact that he's going to appear in Ant-Man.
That little city.
Yeah, that little city that
we
you kind of
saw.
see. Yeah.
So I mean, how do you think he gets introduced into that? Do you think they're traveling through the quantum realm and they run into him, or do you think he ventures out and comes to them?
So I haven't thought about it, but you giving me those two scenarios, I see it as the first one where they're like traveling through, and like I picture like their equipment malfunctioning, and they're trying to figure out what the hell is going on with our equipment, and then boom,
take a pit stop, and
there they are.
Do you think at that chance that we see Loki? That's how Loki gets reintroduced back into everything. That he's
It's possible.
there,
I mean,
and
Loki. I feel Loki now would fit really well with Paul Rudd's Ant-Man if they were introduced to each other, because Loki is a funny character. Like, you know, all the seriousness of the character and him being evil aside, he's a pretty damn funny character. And this Loki has grown quite a bit. He's not evil anymore.
right, he's not the same, especially after everything that went on with him in that first season of
Sylvie.
Yeah,
I love you, Sylvie.
so I think there's definitely a different Loki that we would see. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I think the same thing. I don't think that he goes looking for them. I think they accidentally run into him by just bad luck. And
a wise man once say, "It's about to go down." You know, I don't think we'll see like a full powered Kang though. I think we might see like a variant of Kang that isn't as powerful as Kang the Conqueror, because Ant-Man and Wasp can't do shit to Kang unless they die.
So do you think? I mean, are we getting a full movie with him, or are we talking about maybe post credits with Kane?
I think he's going to be in the full movie because he's been listed in the cast. Like, since they revealed the movie, they're like, yeah, he's going to be in this movie.
Good.
So, and then after that,
Guardians.
You're probably pretty excited about that one. Yeah.
Guardians. The first Guardians was one of my favorite.
Well, you
Marvel
just remind
movies,
me so much of Chris Pratt too.
Why?
I mean, like if you were less talented, less better looking, you know, less successful,
less beard.
Yeah, like
a little bit of red hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit shorter hair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Taller.
Yeah.
Just overall, if you were just better in pretty much every way, you're a lot like Chris Pratt.
I figured that's probably where this.
But
was
that's coming as of now, May 5th, 2023. This will be the last Guardians movie. That being said, I don't know if they're gonna return for any of the Avengers movies. I don't think they will though. Like Dave Bautista has already announced that he's done with the character, mainly because it's too hard to keep his body at his age in that physical shape.
Sure.
So Chris Pratt, I believe, has voiced that he's pretty much done with the character. So I think they're all. Bradley Cooper has said that he's done with Rocket, although he is returning for the animated series I Am Groot.
Well, it's a lot less.
Yeah, I mean he's just sitting at home. He's got a phone. He's like, "Well, you want me to say what? Hit the button." And they're like, "Okay, there we go."
Why does your Bradley Cooper sound like Hitler?
First of all, it's not Bradley Cooper. It was Rocket. Fucking asshole.
Why does your Rocket sound like Hitler?
I didn't even have
an
accent. Hit the button. Reinen. I don't know if that meant anything. Then we've got the Marvels.
Probably just set off a rogue agent.
We might have. Oh shit. We've got the Marvels coming July 28th, 2023, which will be, Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel. Kind of to carry on for what happened in the Miss Marvel TV series. We're not going to have any spoilers for that. I don't think Paul has watched it, but, Miss Marvel. Okay, I'll just give away one scene, but it's a post-credit scene, so it doesn't spoil anything. But at the end of Miss Marvel, you get to see Captain Marvel is there with Miss Marvel. So this is going to be probably about their adventures. And then after that, we've got Blade. Yeah, you were kind of right. November of 2023. November 3rd, 2023. I have no idea what's going to happen with this movie. Like, obviously we know Blade, Blade 2, Blade Trinity, but this is the MCU now.
Yeah,
so
I can't see
different. I can't see these movies being anything like those ones, which kind of concerns me. But at the same time, Multiverse of Madness had some pretty dark shit in it.
Yeah, but I see it more along the lines of I'm drawing a blank. The vampire movie that we just went and saw recently?
We went and saw a vampire movie recently?
Yes, it's a Marvel movie, man.
I don't believe you. It's a Marvel vampire movie?
Dude, yes. Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank right now, dude.
Dude, I have no idea.
All right, well, yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to wait till we go into break to you keep them talking. Hold on, let me.
Okay, yeah, you search for that, but yeah, so. Dude, I honestly have no idea what we're talking about. Yeah, so we've got Blade coming November 3rd, 2023. I'm hoping that this is going to be rated R. With them moving Deadpool.
Morbius.
Oh, Morbius, yeah, that's barely.
See, but that's where I think that this movie will kind of the direction that it'll be in,
Yeah.
like Morbius type way. Like I can't see it being super dark, but being
See, and you
along
seen
those
Marvel
realms.
is what threw me off for that, because I know it's a Marvel movie,
But Sony
Sony,
technically,
it's a Sony
yeah.
property, so that's kind of what threw me off for that. But and you know who knows, in the comic books, we talked about this when we talked about Morbius a few months ago. Blade gets his powers from Morbius,
Right.
so that being said, I don't see Disney saying, "Hey, Sony, come get some money and let us put Morbius in this movie." So I think the MCU Blade is going to have a far different backstory. I think it's going to be more so the old Blade movies where you don't really know his origin. You kind of get little flashbacks and tidbits here and there, but maybe. I mean, I'm still curious what
But
the
I
hell
mean,
they're doing with that movie.
they did cross over because of at the end of Morbius. We did see that the leak at the end. Where he's hunting down Spider-Man
and Vulture's there,
and that Spider-Man's already been in the MCU. So
we think we don't know what the hell Spider-Man he was talking about. I hope I hope that universe is Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, but obviously,
But also,
Vulture was talking about.
Didn't
Tom
they just
Holland's.
sign Andrew Garfield on?
It's a rumor.
I thought it was like a set deal in
yeah,
stone. They
nothing
just signed him on to
official.
2 more movies or something.
Nothing official, but he signed on for 3 movies.
3, okay.
My guesses for 2 of them will be Secret Invasion and Secret Wars.
Which we're gonna get into here in a second.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we might have.
Sorry,
to,
I went off
We might
topic
have
there.
to skip over a few of these, man. Oh my lord.
Let's list them out real quick. If we see one, we're gonna talk about Captain America,
New World Order, May 3rd, 2024.
and I'm assuming that's gonna be with Falcon.
Yep, it
now as
should
the
be.
new Captain
Which
America.
I feel like that 2024. I feel like they delayed that way too much. They gave us Falcon and Winter Soldier, which did very, very well.
And that was last year.
Yeah. So we're talking, 3-year gap between those, and that's just too bad because I'm pretty excited to see him as Captain America. He grew so much in that TV show. Then we've got Thunderbolts, July 26, 2024. Oh, look at this. It even says Quantumania will review supervillain Kang the Conqueror, a dangerous variant of He Who Remains. Thanks, Sylvie.
Thanks, Sylvie.
I mean, she did cut that dude, so.
She just couldn't let it go.
And then for Phase 5, we've got Secret Invasion, spring 2023. So Secret Invasion, I think, is going to be what sets up the introduction of Doctor Doom. I actually had this discussion with Elijah, and this was before any of these announcements. Kang can't be the big bad of the multiverse saga that we're currently in. And the reason for that is, in the comic books, Doctor Doom kind of fucks Kang up.
Kind of?
Kind of. He kind of
Sounds
rips
like there's
his
some
spine out.
disembodiment going on here.
So we've got... Oh, I kind of gave away what I wanted to talk about later, but we'll keep going. So Secret Invasion, I think we'll see Andrew Garfield Spider-Man in there as well as a lot of other different characters from across the multiverse. We've got Echo, summer of 2023. Echo is the former villain from the Hawkeye TV series. I'm running out of breath. You got to read a few of these.
Loki season 2, which I'm excited for. I love the first season. Ended great. I thought that was done really well.
The rapport that those two had on camera was really,
Loki
really
and Sylvie.
good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic. I really enjoyed that. And then a huge twist, obviously, at the end.
Yeah, where he's in a different universe with a different TVA. And you see
I remember
the
texting you right
giant
after,
statue.
like, dude, what the fuck just happened?
And at that point, I had already watched it like 3 weeks prior because he's always behind. But
Ironheart, which will come out fall of 2023.
yeah, so we get to see Tony Stark's replacement. So get ready for that. Ironheart is also going to appear in Wakanda Forever. So
I'm going to skip one, but I'm going to come right back to it. Daredevil, Born Again. August, which we saw Daredevil in the Spider-Man.
We saw him in No Way Home.
No Way Home.
We also saw the villain from Daredevil, Kingpin, in the Hawkeye series.
Yep, that's right.
So they're going to go at it again.
Dude, if you have not seen Daredevil on Netflix, go check it out. Even if you watch just the first season, because
It was phenomenal.
Dude, it was fantastic. The first 2 seasons were incredible. So
the thing I always loved about the Daredevil TV series is it humanized superheroes. Like, you remember the hallway scene where he's fighting all those people, and I mean, he's running out of breath. He can barely swing at certain times.
Right,
and
he's just exhausted.
So cool.
Has to go to the hospital after a couple times. That's how he meets that girl. But
no other superhero show or movie up to that point really did that. They, the superheroes were super.
Yeah.
So they didn't. Batman don't run out of breath. I
didn't see Black Widow running out of breath.
She doesn't run out of breath.
No, but she takes my breath away.
Take my breath away.
And then the one I wanted to come back to was Agatha.
Yeah.
Because I thought you had a great theory when we were talking about prior.
Yeah. So,
which a lot of people may not know.
Yeah, literally, it just kind of came to me. It's a gift and a curse. But so in WandaVision, we get to see Wanda put Agatha in under a spell at the end of it, where she's basically trapped in kind of like that alternate reality that she had created, what the entire show was based off of. So now at the end of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, Wanda dies. So we think Wanda dies, which snaps that spell. So Agatha at that point is back and ready to probably look for the Darkhold and fight Wanda again.
I was going to say her first thing is probably to try to find Wanda, but she has to know that maybe either
something
she died
happened,
or she's looking for her.
Yeah.
At that point. But yeah, I thought that was a great theory. And then obviously the 2 biggest things that we're going to get into are our Avenger movies. And we're going to have Avengers. Secret. Well, actually, first it's going to be
Fantastic Four. Is that what you're talking about?
No. Oh, well, I was looking at the Avenger movies.
Oh, yeah. The Kang Dynasty.
Kang Dynasty, and then Avengers Secret War, which we're going to see a lot of stuff. 2025, a couple years away, but there's going to be a lot of build-up to both of these movies.
Well, and, with Secret War, Secret Invasion, Secret Invasion is introducing us to, I think, a lot of new a lot of new heroes, as well as, like I said, I think we're going to see Doctor Doom.
Yeah,
but
if
anyone who's has never seen or never read the comic book run of Secret Invasion, it's like basically the Earth is taken over by the Skrulls. I don't know if we're going to see that in Secret Invasion, though, because the Skrulls that we know in the MCU are good, so I don't know why they would invade the Earth. But Kang Dynasty,
are
the shapeshifters, the green dudes with the
pointy
ears.
in Captain Marvel movie. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. So Kang Dynasty, I think that'll be our Age of Ultron. That's going to be a big villain. We're going to have all the Avengers together to fight Kang. And then, they're going to be like, dang, we can't defeat him. And then, boom, Doctor Doom's going to show up and rip his fucking spine out.
Just out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. He's just going to, teleport
just right behind him.
Just spine out. Which will set up Avengers Secret War, which is essentially going to be like Infinity War and Endgame. My opinion. But I hope we get to see his spine get ripped out, because in the comic books, that is one of the best pictures of any comic run ever.
Really?
Is when Kang is getting his spine ripped out by Doctor Doom.
You ever seen Blue Streak?
Yeah.
He's like, I forget what the nickname is they gave him, and it's Dave Chappelle, and he's like, I'll rip his heart out. Bleh, and drops his heart on the ground. It was funny, but yeah.
Blue Streak. Martin Lawrence was in Blue Streak, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
That's a great movie.
But yeah, I'm excited for both of those movies. I mean, obviously we got some time before we get there, so there's gonna be a lot of build up in between there. We'll see if they can finally get a Fantastic Four right.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, Kevin Feige is a genius when it comes to keeping this cinematic universe together. I'm curious to see if we'll see John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. I don't think we will. We obviously saw a variant of him in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, but I can't see him being the
But the crazy
Mr.
thing
Fantastic.
is every one of those people, though, have been, all those people, all those variants we saw and those heroes have been in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
So maybe he will still be, Mr.
I hope so. I love John Krasinski.
So we'll see. Yeah,
Intellectually and physically.
Yeah,
I absolutely love him.
I think he's got another show coming out on Amazon too. I think they're doing season 4 of
Jack Ryan.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that
dude.
too.
Jack Ryan's awesome.
Jinx, you owe me soda. Oh, you already
I
got
already
me
got
one.
you one.
Damn it. Shoot.
Sucker.
But before we move on, those are all of the MCU movies. We'll name a couple other things. There's an animated series called I Am Groot coming. We've got
Marvel What If.
we've got What If season 2 and season 3 was announced. We've got Marvel Zombies, which is a spin-off of the What If episode with the zombies, which that's going to have like zombie Scarlet Witch, zombie Captain America, zombie Captain Marvel, and we're going to have our heroes fighting all the zombies. Yeah, lots of zombies. What else we got? We've got Spider-Man Freshman Year, which is going to be a non-canon prequel to Spider-Man Spider-Man Homecoming. Yeah, the first Spider-Man.
A prequel?
Yeah, it's going to be like when he first becomes Spider-Man, but it's going to have characters that aren't in the MCU. So like it's going to, instead of him meeting
so it's
Tony
not Tom
Stark.
Holland.
No, it's his Spider-Man, but it's not Tom Holland voicing him, and it doesn't take place in Universe 616.
Animated? Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, so
that makes more sense.
So we've got that, but like instead of meeting Tony Stark though, he meets Norman Osborn. And then we see Harry Osborn. We see some of the more
like the
iconic
original, like
villains.
the Sony.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Doc Ock is going to be in it. Daredevil is going to be in it. Which the guy who voices Daredevil is voicing him for that.
Oh, good stuff.
Or that plays Daredevil is voicing him for that. With that, they also announced Spider-Man sophomore year. So we got 2 seasons of that. X-Men '97, our old classic cartoon, is coming back.
They're going back and redo it, dude. That's when Gambit was the man, bro.
And I don't think they're redoing it. I think they're just continuing it. I think it's going to continue where the story left off back in the day.
I thought I saw a reboot. Like they're going to start from the get-go, but maybe
either way, that's exciting because that's what got me into a lot of different nerdy stuff was the X-Men. Old X-Men and even the old Spider-Man cartoon.
Well, you can get the old Spider-Man is on Disney Plus.
I mean, I've got illegal cable. I can watch anything I want.
It's true.
Yeah, I created your profile on there. Did you see that?
Yeah, I just watched the movie on it today.
You're welcome. Do you want to quick talk about that very briefly?
Yeah, really quick. I saw The Gray Man. I thought it was great. The Russo brothers, actually, who directed some Marvel movies as well, are the ones who actually did a lot of Captain America movies, are the ones that were in it. Ryan Gosling, Anna Del Mar, and then you have Chris Evans in it as well, and Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah.
But it was a great movie. A lot of action throughout.
Good to see Chris Evans with the mustache.
Yeah, with the stash. Yeah, he was good. He was did a great job in it. I thought Ryan Gosling did a really good job in it as well.
I missed what you said. Who did a good job?
Ryan
who?
Gosling. Is that how you say it?
You said it right that time.
Oh, did I say it? Maybe I said it fast.
Last podcast and this one, you're like Gosling. Gosling.
But yeah, it was a great movie. I enjoyed it. A lot of action.
Yeah.
The action scenes were done great.
I'm gonna have to watch it.
But
I might
yeah,
watch it today. Shit.
I think it'll be up there in one of your favorites.
Yeah, we're recording this podcast earlier than normal, so I might actually have time to watch it today. Yeah. So
check it out. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Tell us your thoughts.
Yeah, that being said, it was announced that the Russos are not coming back to direct any of the Avengers movies. So
that stinks. They did a good job on a lot of them.
They did a great, especially with Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah.
I mean, those movies made me cry so much.
Yeah, those guys made a ton of money off of Marvel. That's for sure. But they're getting their name out there and doing other stuff now. Yeah. So, great action movie. Go check it out. And let us know your thoughts on the cinematic universe and what you guys want to see and what your thoughts are with these new movies coming out and which one you're most excited about.
What theories do you have? Do you think any of my theories are stupid? Do you agree with them? Do you have different theories? Do you think Paul says Gosling weird? Let us know.
Possibly.
But that being said, we're going to move on to gaming segment after a short break here.
All right. See you guys in a few.
See you.
This looks like Post Malone down there.
God damn, which one?
The guy next to Goku.
That's fucking Thor.
I'm just saying, dude. That's Thor?
That's Thor.
How?
First I'm going to show
the cape. Well, you can't see his cape, first off, in the back there. But you can't tell me that doesn't look like Post Malone.
I don't really even know what Post Malone
That's what Post Malone.
Jesus Christ.
Are you sure that's not a Post Malone Thor?
I'm pretty sure that's Endgame Thor, but who's keeping track? No, it's Infinity War Thor.
Welcome back to the MGS podcast, your one-stop shop for movies, games, and sports. And we're moving in here to our second segment, which is going to be our video games. Today we're going to be talking about a new game coming out, which we just got a kind of full trailer 2 weeks ago, maybe a week and a half ago, but is Skull and Bones, which is a pirate-based game similar to like Assassin's Creed, Black Flag. And then we're going to get into some other Ubisoft games that got canceled were supposed to be some promising games and, kind of got let go after maybe some alpha testing or whatever reason.
Yeah,
so,
fan backlash.
Yeah. So we'll get into those, and we're going to start off here with Skull and Bones.
First of all, I want to say congratulations. For those of you who don't watch our in-between the segments...
they watch it.
Paul always fucks
Does
up
it
on his
perfect
intros,
every
and
time.
we always throw those bloopers in there. There was no blooper here. Paul got all that right. Did he sound like a robot while doing it? A little bit, but I still mad respect. Mad respect. So yeah, Skull and
respect
Bones.
on my name.
Yes, Skull and Bones. This was, I had posted it on the MGS page on Instagram that they were going to do a reveal on July 7th, and then I forgot about it. And then when Paul and I filmed our last podcast, when we were taking one of our breaks, he's like, "Yeah, you see that Skull and Bones trailer?" I'm like, "Motherfuck, I didn't. I actually didn't." So, and we watched the trailer, and literally all I wanted to talk about at that point was Skull and Bones.
Right. We had so much on the agenda already for last week that we were like, there's no way we can add it in. Let's wait till next week.
Yeah.
We'll throw in a whole segment.
So, this is one of those games that, to each their own. I know some of my gaming friends aren't so excited about this game as they are other games, but think of it. Put this in your mind right now.
Painting an image.
You can be Jack Sparrow. You can build the Black Pearl. Well, maybe. You can probably build a ship that's pretty close to it. But
paint it black.
Yeah. But it's an open world pirate game made by Ubisoft. So think Assassin's Creed Black Flag. When I saw the trailer, they show a bunch of gameplay. They show some cinematic stuff too. They even explain a bunch of stuff that you can do. The trailer is extremely in depth. Like,
right.
I wish more games did
you that
stuff like that.
Kind of trailer
most games,
to get you excited.
Yeah, most games just kind of leave you wondering, especially these games that only do cinematic trailers, and then you see the actual gameplay and you're like, what the fudge?
Yeah, wait, this looks nothing like what
like,
you
is
showed
this Star
me.
Wars Old Republic? But,
oh, shots.
But yeah, dude, I hate you guys for making amazing cinematic trailers on a trash game, but yeah, so it's an open world pirate game. You get to build a ship. Your friends can build a ship. You guys can man the same ship if you want. You can just go pillaging and murdering and
Team up together, go and just
and you just get to live the life of a pirate. A pirate life for me.
Our matey.
You can do the voice from the dude from SpongeBob the entire time if you want to. But I know one of Paul's concerns was about being able to go on land.
Right.
You had mentioned something about that.
Just because you saw, like, what we watched, there was a lot of, details on showing what you could do on the ship, how you can upgrade your ship, how you can, like, conquer bases and things like that. But they didn't show a whole lot of detail, like, on you going on land and fighting. There was a lot walking around shops, things like that, purchasing, getting to safe areas. But they didn't really show any on land fights.
Yeah, like how much is the open world on land?
Right. Like, are we going to see it like Assassin's Creed? Because Assassin's Creed, you can go almost, it felt like, anywhere.
Yeah, well, especially, I don't know if you ever played Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That was the one, just think Spartans.
Yeah, I didn't play that one a lot. I played, like, a little bit, but...
That one had a massive, massive ocean along with all of the islands and things that you could explore. So I'm really hoping it's going to be like that. I hope, like, you can go on the land and, get a horse for example, and just, ride off into the sunset until, you're shot from a cannon from the ocean. Like, so I agree with you completely, because in an open world game, there has to be variety.
Right.
If there's not variety, people aren't going to play it. And the thing I'm going to point to the most with that, think Grand Theft Auto Online. So much stuff you could do.
Yeah.
So much stuff you could customize. So much stuff you could buy. And then you look at Red Dead Online. Didn't do nearly as well because...
And we talked about that a lot, too.
Yeah, just not as much you could do as Grand Theft Auto. So I hope there is a lot of land stuff. And I hope there's just a lot of Easter eggs and different things you can find, They also didn't really explore, and I could be wrong because, it was a week and a half ago that we watched the trailer. Yeah. I wonder how far you can go underwater. Can you swim underwater with the spear and try to,
like fish,
stab Nemo?
You're gonna have to like feed yourself.
Yeah,
go fishing and
again, we're gonna be talking a lot of Ubisoft game comparisons, especially to Assassin's Creed, because when I saw this game, it looked like Pirates Assassin's Creed to me. I mean, the user interface is almost identical to Assassin's Creed Valhalla. The gameplay to me and the graphics also reminded me a lot
with the wars on the water.
Yeah,
the boats and how it was a lot of the same that you would see.
So in Valhalla, you obviously you're a Viking, so you can get on a ship. There's nothing in the water though. In Odyssey, there's sharks. There's things that can kill you. You can dive down, and all of a sudden you got a shark coming at you, and and you're wearing armor and somehow swimming flawlessly. But there was a lot of cool stuff in the water with Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So I really hope that this game has those underwater things as well as land things, cruising the ocean with your friends and burning other ships.
But I'm excited for Ubisoft. I feel like they make so many under the radar games.
Yeah,
like
they do. Even The Division.
Right. And the first one I played a shit ton of. I know you guys played a lot of the second one as well.
Yeah.
The Division was done great, and I know there was one we talked about which I thought you had a bad taste in your mouth of it, but you actually really enjoyed it. Was the Knights and the medieval?
Oh yeah, For Honor.
For Honor, yeah.
Yeah, I loved For Honor.
Right, which was another one that seemed like it scooted under the radar, like it just didn't pick up as much. So, are people going to compare this to Assassin's Creed and then not pick up the game because they're like, well, I'm getting the same thing that I get with Assassin's Creed, and Black Flag's been out for 6 years, 7 years.
Yeah, I think Black Flag, because I feel like anytime we talk about how long ago something was, we don't actually realize how long ago it was. But if I had to guess, I think we're probably closer to 10 years.
Yeah, we still say
Black
Battlefield
Flag.
4 was like 5 years, but it was really like 13
11 or something. Yeah, but and that's a great point, because one thing I've noticed with Ubisoft games, though, For Honor, there was a massive lack of content when that game first came out, and that pushed a lot of the player base away, as well as unstable servers, which when you're in a game fighting against someone where precision for your movements was extremely important,
right,
and there was some sort of server lag, you're gonna get kind of pissed off. And they trash the Tom Clancy name, and that's where a lot of people get really upset with Ubisoft, is Tom Clancy. We talk about canceled Ubisoft games, and one of those is Ghost Recon Frontlines,
right,
which was going to be a 100-player open-world battle royale. It looked very similar to, I would say, a lower-budget Call of Duty.
Sure.
And, you've got abilities and stuff, so I guess they threw some Apex in there because you kind of got abilities and things that you can drop, like fortresses and stuff.
And the thing that I noticed right away with that, which I thought when I, seeing some gameplay in the trailer for it, was like, you're trying way too much here and adding in so much when it shouldn't be that difficult. Like, don't throw in all of this crazy stuff where it's just entirely too much for a player to enjoy. Keep it simple, but come up with something that's unique of your own style.
And that's what we always say.
Right.
You got to take the formula and make it your own. And
when you start doing like 10 different things, 20 different things, mixing in Apex, mixing in Call of Duty, it just looked like it was a little chaotic.
Well, and then you throw the Ghost Recon name on it, which is supposed to be a tactical shooter. I mean, Ghost Recon, that was my first love for shooters. Back when it was a first-person shooter, but you couldn't even see the gun; you just saw crosshairs.
Right.
And I love those. My brother and I.
PlayStation.
Yeah, because we played at my friend Randy's house, and I love those games, and it was always a tactical shooter. And then Ghost Recon Wildlands and Breakpoint came out, which were the massive open world Ghost Recons, and a lot of people didn't like the tactical side of those. So it's like, why are you throwing the Ghost Recon name on it when it's just an arcadey shooter? And then they throw a Ghost Recon name on a battle royale, and I mean that trailer came out, and it was instantly despised by the gaming community. Like, we didn't ask for this,
Yeah.
If you're gonna give us a Ghost Recon game, give us a damn Ghost Recon game.
Right. Make it like intriguing. But like I could see it, just from watching that trailer again, I was just like, this just looks like way too much. Like they're trying way too hard to like make it everything instead of like we said, coming up with their unique formula to make it their own, as opposed to like just pulling all this different stuff from these different games.
Well, and that being said, we'll get back to Skull and Bones in a moment here, but that being said, another canceled game, speaking of tactical shooter, Splinter Cell VR was canceled.
Splinter Cell was another.
Yeah, and Ubisoft had announced that they're remaking Splinter Cell, and people are hoping that this VR game that they just canceled was not the Splinter Cell remake, and that we're going to get an actual, real Splinter Cell remake. Because, again, VR is cool. It has its market. Nobody is asking for a Splinter Cell VR game. And,
10 people.
Yeah, 10, maybe 15. But, like, I get you're trying to be creative and you're trying to see what's going to work and what's not. But, Ghost Recon Frontline, they spent millions of dollars making the game. They made this game. Like, it was almost done.
In alpha stage, right?
In alpha
they
testing.
had testers.
Yeah, so they spent literally millions of dollars. But they didn't take the time before they're like, oh, let's make this game. Ask your community. Try to, Ghost Recon Wildlands and Ghost Recon Breakpoint got so much hate for not being true to Ghost Recon. Why the hell did they think, let's make another one?
And I mean, I find it hard to believe that these companies just have all that money just to just throw it out there, see if it sticks.
Yeah.
That there wasn't more thought.
Yeah, and the thing is, even Ghost Recon Frontline, call it Frontline Battle Royale. Don't put the Ghost Recon name on it, and people aren't going to be pissed off.
Yeah.
And I see where that frustration comes from, because, Ghost Recon Wildlands and Breakpoint, I enjoyed them, but they got stale really quick. And they were too easy. For being a tactical shooter, I'd put the difficulty on hard, and I'd go in, and, I mean, it's just you just tap everybody one time in the head, and they're dead. Whereas, like, The Division, not a tactical shooter, had some difficulty to it, because there were different tiered enemies, and it wasn't just one bullet. Sometimes you drop 150 rounds into somebody.
Division was done really well too. I was so surprised on that game. Like,
it's the only other successful looter shooter. So Ubisoft is a very interesting studio, because there's certain things that they get right a lot, but then there's certain things that they get wrong a lot. Valhalla, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Valhalla, and the one before that, Assassin's Creed Origin, weren't really critically liked by the fan base as a whole. I personally loved all three of those. Valhalla might be some bias there because I love Vikings. I
was going to say, the Viking automatically for you was going to be a love regardless.
So there might be some, and even, Odyssey, the Spartans and that type of war, also love that
Still
stuff.
Badass, yeah.
Yeah, so I know they didn't feel like Assassin's Creed games, but, those ones are talking about where the assassins that we saw in the first Assassin's Creed game, where they came from.
Right.
So it's kind of building up towards that.
And you can't make all of the games identical, because then that would just get washed out and, just overplayed to the point where it's like, this is no longer fun. So you got to create different storylines, different eras, of all of this. And, it's just... That's just like a tough critic, people just complaining, because you still got to do all the same things you could do in Assassin's Creed, the original. It's just a different storyline.
And plus a lot of new features in the games. And, I just... One thing that makes me hopeful for this game, Skull and Bones looking a lot like Assassin's Creed and the UI looking a lot like Assassin's Creed, is Assassin's Creed has so much stuff that you can do. The amount of side quests that are available, the amount of just things you can discover, these hidden temples. In Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you can find Thor's armor and hammer. Like, that's pretty cool. Like, you literally have to walk through the damn snowy mountains in the middle of nowhere to find that damn hammer after you found
That's
all
pretty
the
badass.
armor. And, oh man, once I got Mjolnir, I killed so many people with that thing. It's unreal. I've actually been wanting to finish it because they released some DLC since the last time I played it. And when I bought it, I bought like the highest edition that comes with all that stuff. But I don't have my Xbox right now.
Yeah, we'll have to find that for you.
Yeah. You know where it's at?
Not a clue.
No?
I think I pawned it.
Damn. Cold-blooded. There's an inside joke there. So
Oh no, I didn't even mean to go there either. I'm sorry.
he's not gonna watch it anyway. We're good.
I feel like straight asshole right now. That was not even directed like that.
So, oh my lord, that got off topic. So Paul has my Xbox Series X at his house because I want to play video games with my friend, but he was running an old Xbox One S, doesn't have the capabilities of the Series X, so I let him borrow the Series X, and he's had it for
A year.
a minute. Yeah. He already like put his name on it and shit. He grabbed some a whiteout marker and wrote his name on it.
Put little decals on there. My daughter stickered it up. She might have wrote her name on there.
His daughter dumped some apple juice right into the fan.
Yeah, on the top, there's all these little holes. She poured glitter in there. It's fucking unicorn out right now.
It's
right?
bedazzled as fuck.
I see you rubbing your hands like, holy shit! If you put glitter in my Xbox, I'm gonna murder you now.
No, I mean
it's insane.
I let you borrow it because it was going to be a paperweight here. I mean, like, I turn on my PS5 once every couple weeks or something.
I'd see that thing over there. I'm like, honestly, when we were talking about this, I was like looking for something as you were talking, and I'm like, I wonder if that PS5 gets used.
It doesn't. It doesn't at all. Hey, PlayStation guys, I'm sorry, but PlayStation sucks. Great exclusives. Don't crucify me yet. Great exclusives. Yeah, Last of Us remake.
We were gonna have to talk about that.
Yeah, and the Last of Us remake is coming. They're doing it. Actually, I think they finished it. They're doing an HD remake of the original Last of Us game.
That was a half orgasm there. The Last of Us.
Yeah. And The Last of Us was an amazing game,
Fantastic.
and the TV series is going to be really good with Pedro
Is it a
Pascal.
series? I thought it was a movie.
It's a TV series.
Oh, okay. Then.
Yeah, but man, we keep getting off topic.
I know, but that's just how this works, man. We just fucking throw shit up there and see what sticks.
And I'm okay with it. But yeah, I'm a PC guy now anyway. I play everything on PC. Oh, another thing slightly off topic. Super important for anyone who plays cross-platform. If you play on Xbox, your friends play on PC, Discord is coming to Xbox.
Yes. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yep. It's available right now to people who are part of the Xbox Insiders program, which actually I am a part of the Xbox Insider. I forgot I got that email from them.
So we could download it?
Maybe.
That'd be nice.
I don't know if you'd have to be signed in on my account.
I don't know how the interface would work on the Xbox, like especially
it's going to be simplified. It's going to be simplified.
Can I stream on it like how you guys stream
probably
through
not.
Discord?
No, because it's not going to be the full Discord app.
Sure.
I do know that. So it's going to be a simplified version. Hopefully, like all your lobbies and stuff are there, so you can actually join those voice calls and stuff. Because all they said is you're going to be able to make the voice calls, but Discord actually has a feature where you can just call an individual person as well.
Right.
So I hope it's not just that, and that it's a full out. You can join lobbies. You can.
Well, it'd be dope if you could sign into your account and then just have like those groups that are already there and ready to go. But it'd be even sweeter if I could just hit stream and be able to stream from Discord app.
That would be cool, but I don't think that's going to be very likely. The crazy thing is Xbox almost bought Discord. It fell through. And shortly after that, PlayStation announced a partnership with Discord, which they still have that partnership, but yet Discord is coming to Xbox first. And I think it's because Xbox runs a operating system extremely similar to Windows.
And PS5 sucks.
Yeah, and PS5 sucks. So it's probably much easier for them to incorporate into that operating system than Sony's operating system. But that is a huge thing, especially the way that games are going, where every multiplayer game that's been coming out is crossplay. So it's important to have a way that people can talk to their teammates besides in-game chat.
Yeah.
Because, like, I know in Call of Duty, when we've played with in-game chat before, like, your loading screen's game chat isn't there anymore. So you can't hear anyone. You can't talk to anybody. So you have to be in a party. So that's a major, major step forward in online gaming.
Well, think about the... I wonder if it'll settle any of the issues, or maybe not because it's still the same interface as Xbox, but like, you know, when we play Apex and we're all in a group, and then since you guys are all on PC and we have to get in my Xbox chat, I wonder if that will help alleviate those issues of like E getting kicked out all the time.
Yeah, because ideally you turn on the Xbox, you open Discord, you see that we're all in that lobby, and you just click on
Join
it.
and
Yes, hopefully.
Right.
Hopefully it's that easy.
And I'm sure there's going to be some bugs, you know, in the beginning to be worked out. Hopefully they're working those out right now with the
with
test.
that insider program.
But yeah, I mean, it'll be great. You know, hopefully they take the feedback of people and say, hey, these are things we think would work better that work good in regular Discord. But yeah, it'd be cool. It's be a great thing, you know, especially if you have friends who are PC gamers, like all the people I play with.
Yeah, I mean, PC is kind of taking over the world in terms of gaming right now, especially in the United States. It's already huge in China and Japan, but now in the United States, you know, everyone's got a gaming PC right now besides Paul.
And I know I don't have one, but if you guys are looking for a PC, we know somebody who can make, build, and get you guys a really good price. So
I have a really good friend, Eric.
leave a comment.
We'll link his page down below. Really good friend Eric. He builds custom PCs. You know, you let him know what you want, he'll build it. He didn't build mine, so don't you dare give him the credit for mine. I built mine. But you know, he's been talking with Paul a lot to try to get Paul into a PC, and you know, going through different price ranges and what he can get you for that price range. So he'll work with you. But like I said, we'll link him down below. But you know what else is really cool though? Skull and Bones.
Yeah. Oh, have we talked about that yet?
No, I don't think we've gotten to it yet. But yeah, I mean, so I hope we were on the like we were talking about Mjolnir. So I hope they have all these different hidden things within this game. You know, again, I hope some of them are under the water where you can actually swim down, and you know, because even that, when you think of water games where you can go underwater, it adds excitement, especially if it's dark, murky water. And you're trying to swim down to like a ship that's down there, and all of a sudden you see like a silhouette of a shark, and you're like,
well, if I remember correctly, which you may, because I thought I remember hearing in the trailer, the gameplay trailer, and when they were going over, you know, all the tactics and different things you could do, I thought I remember her saying that you could explore shipwrecks. So like underwater shipwrecks. So if you can dive under and then go down there and find things.
See, in like I said, it's been, you know, almost 2 weeks now since we watched it. So they definitely might have. You know, we probably should have watched it again before we started this, just as a refresher. But it's way too late for that. We're like 20.
You want to pause this real quick, watch it, and then
finish? Let's quick do that now. So yeah, but that'd be awesome. So there's this survival game called Stranded Deep. It's on console and PC where you're think of Castaway. You're in a plane crash. You wind up on a deserted island, and the goal is to, at the end of the game, you like find an airplane, fix it up, and you fly off. But mind you, it's a survival game, so you've got nothing. You got to punch some trees.
You crash on an island.
Yep. Then
you fix your own plane and fly
a different
off?
Plane that you eventually discover.
How? Oh, you found a plane on the island with parts?
Well, every island is only like 500 feet wide.
You gonna fucking fly off with coconuts?
Yeah.
How do you get engine material?
Bro, have you never played a survival game before?
But Jesus. I mean, I'm just thinking you're on a random remote island. Like, I'm just thinking of realistics here.
So you start off on an island, and you know you have to drink some coconuts, and you know, punch trees to get wood so you can build an axe to cut down the trees, and then you're getting attacked by a giant mud crab, and you have to kill it, and then you can eat that.
Mud crabs?
Yeah, there's mud crabs.
Giant mud crab?
Yeah. But then eventually, you know, you build some sort of little raft where you can float to the next island, which you hope has more resources. Might not have any. It might just be an island full of wild boars that instantly kill you when you get there, because that happened to me. But like the point that I was going with this is, you know, there's shipwrecks in that game. And, you know, you can dive down and explore the shipwrecks, which is where you can find fuel and engine parts for the plane. But then you see a shark, and it's like,
what am I going to do?
It's terrifying. You know, most of the sharks that I saw in that game were hammerhead sharks, but there is a megalodon. There's one megalodon in every server. And then, you know, there's great white sharks and stuff, which will pretty much kill you instantly. And if you have a small raft, they'll capsize it and break it.
Even though, I know that we're movies, games, and sports is going to go back into like a TV show segment. Have you ever watched Black Sails?
No.
On Showtime?
I actually have not.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
As much as I know you enjoy like pirate games, go watch that shit.
Well, what am I supposed to watch tonight? Am I supposed to watch Gray Man or am I supposed to start Black Sails?
Oof, dude,
I'm not going to lie, Black Sails sounds better.
You would get addicted to Black Sails. Like you would probably binge the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Like I'd be like, hey, did you make it to work today? And then you send me a picture of your eyes like taped open, like
my beard is somehow Black 4 Sails. Inches longer. It's like, dude, it's been 7 hours. How did your beard grow that much? It's like, I've been through some shit.
Why is there lotion on your desk, bro?
Is that in frame right now?
No, but definitely check out Black Sails. I promise you'll love it. You'll hate how it ends, but you'll love it. But anyways,
what the fuck you got to do that for?
Skull and Bones.
It's like, hey, go check out Game of Thrones. The end sucks, but go watch it. I'm still gonna watch it.
I don't mean like sucks like that. Like it's just
don't shut up. Shut your mouth.
Definitely check that out. Skull and Bones, we're excited for it. I know
November 7th is
definitely going to be on
it.
So we're talking about right before Christmas. So just ask your significant other or your parents to go out and buy you that damn game.
Your roommates.
Yeah, roommates.
Yeah,
your pet, lizard.
Do you remember that one? He'll buy it for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember that one time you said you were going to get me new speakers? Those are still the old ones.
Yeah, but it's not your birthday yet.
It's pretty close.
Birthday's right after mine.
I know. 3 days. That being said, we're going to move on to our gaming segment after a small break here.
God, I love how we get off topic.
I know. I'll see you later, guys.
All right, guys. That's funny. You ready?
Was born ready, motherfucker.
Born ready. I was born in the USA.
Free as the wind blows.
Born in the USA.
I'm a cowboy. On a steel horse I ride. I'm wanted.
Dead or alive.
Dead or alive. You went too soon.
Oh, was there a certain time length of pause there?
Yeah, do you not know this fucking song?
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, of course I know it.
Jesus Christ.
Who sings it, Jake?
Don't insult me, motherfucker. You thought that was fucking Post Malone.
It looks just like Post Malone, bro.
Two, one. Welcome back to the MGS Podcast, your one-stop shop for movies, games, and sports. We have reached our final segment of the show, which is going to be sports. Sports world is a little dead right now. Not a lot of big news going on in the sports world, but we do have some stuff to talk about. First of all, do you see that the Blue Jays beat the Red Sox?
Is that a beat, or is it a pounding, or is it a annihilation?
So think of like a small little ant on the ground running around. We're gonna say a red ant, small red ant running around on the ground, and then a full-size blue jay just comes and eats that little motherfucker, because that is what happened. 28-5. 28-5. Like, that doesn't even sound real. Like, literally, someone plugged in their controller to the TV and started playing MLB The Show, and they were controlling the Blue Jays.
Yeah, essentially, it's almost like that on Rookie.
Yeah, and they turned all the sliders down so that the Red Sox players couldn't catch or anything. They dropped everything and
put the ball right down the middle.
Yeah,
just can't even throw a curveball.
So I didn't watch the game. But, I got the thing on my phone, which it was hilarious, by the way, because, it says, Blue Jays defeat Red Sox 28-5, but then the picture it showed was the Dodgers. I don't know. Work on it, Google.
Yeah, what's going on there?
Yeah, that is a terrible notification. Well, great notification because, I got to see arguably has there been a bigger deficit that you know of? In my lifetime, I feel like there hasn't been.
Not that I can recall, but I know they beat their franchise record of how many runs scored in a game.
Yeah.
But I don't point deficit maybe, but I'm pretty sure there's probably been more out there. Yeah. But that's still, as a major league, as a professional standpoint, that's Eek.
I feel like
like that's pretty embarrassing.
I feel like they played against a bunch of people in the softball.
Yeah, it's like, did they bring
league.
up their single A guys and let them play that game? Like,
Yeah.
what? Where how do all your pitchers come out and all of them have that bad of success on one day? Like nobody could just like strike anybody out.
Someone turned the sliders down, so they couldn't play.
Yeah,
well.
and like I remember seeing a couple of the highlights, but I'm pretty sure a lot of it started when there was a guy. They hit a I want to say a fly ball because it was back to the fence, but he lost it in the sunlight, and then it hits behind him at a wall, and then two guys score, and I felt like it just started going downhill from that, and then obviously 28-5 and just absolutely dominate the Red Sox. But at what point do you start showing a little mercy? Like, because I feel like they were just running up that score.
They were pulling what was it, the 2004 Patriots?
Yeah, just annihilating them. Like,
no mercy.
Not
to compare the Blue Jays in general to the 2004 Patriots, but I mean, man, I know in like Little League and stuff, they do have the mercy rule, where if you're like up by 10 at the end of any inning, they
anything
just
past
end it.
4,
yeah. And I feel like if I'm on the Red Sox, at that point, I've already left and gone and grabbed some popcorn or a pizza, and I'm just gonna enjoy the rest of my day and not watch the
slaughter rules are 10 points too. 10 runs.
That's insane.
This was 23 runs.
Oh my God. Dude, that's almost as bad as Madden ranking Tom Brady higher than Aaron Rodgers after
back-to-back MVP.
Yeah, yeah. Come on, I want to know. Like, I know the people who do the Madden ratings are it's just
EA Sports is right here in Orlando. So
it's some former players and people that go and watch the people play. Like I think Deion Sanders, for example, is one of the people who does Madden ratings. But how do you give the 2-time back-to-back, like, so this is one season, this is the other season right next to it, and he wins MVP of both of them, and Tom Brady is rated higher than him in almost every category.
I'd be interested to see end-of-season stats. Like, end-of-season stats, was Brady more accurate than Tom Brady in regular season? Is that how they compare it? Or
no, I know statistically, like, yardage, touchdowns, I believe Tom Brady was better. But statistics don't show you everything. That doesn't show your accuracy.
Right.
For example, one of the things that has always upset me is when quarterbacks get yardage for run after catch. It's stupid. I'm sorry, but if you threw a 3-yard slant to somebody and he runs it for 97 more yards, you should not get 100 yards.
Yeah, and that's a lot of argument for a lot of people is it should be after. Everything after the catch should not count, but who knows? That would change a lot of the record books.
Yeah, but even like throw on the run, Rodgers wasn't even rated in the top 10 for throw on the run, which he's one of the best quarterbacks we've ever seen.
Up there for Hail Marys, right?
No, he was actually like 5th for deep ball accuracy. I believe Justin Herbert.
Did I see Deshaun Watson up there on deep ball?
Oh, he was first.
Deshaun Watson.
He was first. That's right.
Who hasn't played a game in a whole year, but may not even play a game this year.
See, and now we talk about the flaw in the Madden rankings. Jamar Chase not making the top 15 in wide receivers.
Yeah, I think he was ranked number 18 or something like that, rookie of the year.
Yeah.
But you know what? For a lot of those guys, I think they just use a little bit of motivation, and then I think some of them just need to look at it like, it's a video game.
Well, there's that one guy, what's his name? Jalen Ramsey, who got burned multiple times.
In the Super Bowl.
And Jalen Ramsey's the top-ranked corner in the game.
Well, yeah, and I think he's one of the top 5 players that they ranked in the game total overall. So
yeah, I think he's a 98 or 97.
Yeah, if Joe Burrow
overall.
just had one more second, man, he may have been scooted out of that top 10 if we just had that one throw at the end of the game.
Yeah, because he burned him at the end of the game.
But I'm not crying.
You're
crying.
I know this is more of a video game topic, but the reason we're talking about the Madden rating, NFL season starts next week.
Yeah.
It's a preseason. Starts August 4th, though. And you guys need to start to prepare yourself for the movies, games, and football podcast because that's pretty much what it's going to turn into.
Yeah,
at
with college football starting at the end of August as well. I think the 27th.
Yeah, August 27th.
August 27th, so college football will be back. And then, like I said, when we turn the tables, we'll have a lot of playoffs going on with baseball at that time too, and then the NBA will be starting up in November. So we'll really be like right in the middle of the sports world of everything in these next couple months. But once that start of football season goes, there's going to be a lot to be talking about, even during the preseason, and what we're expecting from some of these young guys that are coming into the league and trying to make a name for themselves. So we'll see. One thing I know for sure is, who's the Super Bowl front runner right now?
Green Bay Packers?
No, the Dallas Cowboys. And then they're gonna get out of this 3 game, because they changed it on 3 game preseason. Then they're gonna realize they still suck.
So one thing that, sorry Cowboys fans, one thing that people have to understand about the Cowboys, Mike McCarthy is their coach. I dealt with Mike McCarthy for a long time. He won us a Super Bowl. Thank you. You're shit now. You're so bad. It'd be so much easier to just look at an actual Madden playbook and just
that one,
this one, because I mean he does the same thing over and over again. He's so easy to predict. And when the Cowboys first signed him as their head coach, I actually felt bad for them. Because, I have a lot of friends that are Cowboys fans. The Cowboys suck. I have a lot of friends who are Cowboys fans. And
well, it's America's team.
Is it?
No, but that's what they say.
First of all, the most watched team in the country is the Green Bay Packers. Google it. It might not be that anymore. I might be proven wrong, but it was at one point. Which, that brings me to another point. I hate how they price tickets for football games. Because, for example, you can go to a Jaguars game for free and get free beer. Right? It's awesome. Packers versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa this year, which is, an hour and 20-minute drive from here. Cheapest ticket the day that they went on sale was over $400 because it's Rodgers versus Brady.
I was going to say,
and they're going to gouge the prices
so.
Because of the matchup. And that just sucks because it hurts fans. It hurts fans who can't afford that. Like, how many, we won't just say the Packers, let's say Kobe Bryant's Lakers from back in the day. Hell, LeBron's Lakers now, come in to play a Florida team. And, this little kid, super excited about, he saved, $80. He's ready to go see LeBron James. He's always wanted to see LeBron James. Cheapest ticket is $250. And it's like, it's too bad that they cater.
Inflation, man.
Yeah. Can't even afford a gallon of milk anymore, let alone damn Packer tickets. Then again, I did spend $500 on Panic at the Disco tickets. So
when is that?
October 5th.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Birthday present to yourself?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm going to be there screaming like a little girl because
he's going to get
Panic
pulled up on stage and then a star is born.
I don't know. According to Paul, I'm a terrible singer. He used to tell customers at our old cell phone store all the time. He's like, don't say anything to him. You give him a big head. Tell him he's a piece of shit.
That doesn't mean that I think you're a terrible singer. It's that I'm saying, hey, don't feed into his ego, like.
I have the voice of an angel.
But yeah, football season is going to be here. It's got the Blue Jays, who absolutely slaughtered and manhandled the Boston Celtics.
One thing
we got some Madden ratings that are absolutely trash, just like the video game.
One thing I want to talk about, which I just think is amazing.
It's the same thing over and over.
So everyone knows who Christian Bale is.
Yeah.
He's a phenomenal actor who is known for these crazy body transformations. I mean, you see him going from so skinny that you can see his bones to built for the Batman. Dark Knight. We've got that in mixed martial arts.
We have a Dark Knight in martial arts?
We do.
Oh.
And his name is Paddy the Baddy.
Paddy the Baddy.
And this man, you see him fight and like he's got a six pack, he's in good shape. It's like, wow, this dude he's the real deal. And then you see him in a post-game or post-fight conference, and he's eating pizza.
Burgers.
And, dude, like, within the next month, he's gained 70 pounds. And then, like, he kind of drops off for a little bit. And then you see him at his next fight, and he's back down to weight, all in shape and stuff again. Like, we just got to see him rear naked choke someone almost to death, and he looked fantastic.
I love when they get choked out like that, and then the guy's like gets done. He's like, "No, you call it. I'm good, dude. You just almost died." Like, Just hang on, buddy.
Like you were sleeping. Yeah. You don't understand. You were sleeping.
Do you not know that you were blacked out? I guess it happens like that. You're like, what?
I remember seeing I think it was boxing. Dude gets absolutely rocked. And, he falls down. Ref calls it. He gets back up and, he starts to try to fight the ref because he's so messed up.
I saw that.
And then it's like, no, why are you stopping the fight? It's like, well, first of all, you can't see.
You're trying to fight the ref, and there's 20 other people in the ring. It's already over, man.
Dude. So this is off topic again, but, we're on the topic of sports. I have a really close friend. He's actually the one we mentioned earlier who builds PCs. His name is Eric. He lives over in San Diego now. But when he used to live out here, we had this weird thing where anytime we watched a live sporting event together, someone snapped a bone. Legit. Like we watched, this was years ago, a Louisville basketball game.
Oh, God.
You know
brutal.
exactly what
Oh, yeah.
So we watched that, snapped leg. We watched when...
Indiana Pacers.
Yeah. And then the guy who played for the Celtics for a little bit, the white guy, that should summarize it.
Oh, right in the beginning of the season, the redhead dude.
Broke his leg.
Not Horford.
Couple of
Howard. I think his last name's Howard.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe. But we watched a few UFC fights together. Leg snapped, toe snapped, leg snapped. Every time we have watched a live sporting event together, someone breaks a bone.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Every time I see them kick somebody, when they kick each other's shins,
dude,
how the fuck does that not snap every time, bro?
So I used to skateboard, as did Paul. I've had my board lightly hit me in the shin, and it puts me to the ground.
Dude. Oh, yeah. Like a baby, bro.
I don't understand
it's the worst feeling.
How you can look at another man and you're like, yeah, I'm going to use my shin to shatter your shin.
Oh, God, dude. It just looks so painful, bro. I'm just like... And every time I see him kick each other's legs like that, I'm just waiting for the guy that actually kicked
for his leg to flop.
Just a snap. And I'm just like... Ugh, it gives me chill. The Louisville one... I remember watching that live because that was a championship game.
That was bad.
And that was absolutely terrible. Yeah, it was...
So I told Eric, though, if the Packers do ever go to a Super Bowl, he is not invited to the Super Bowl party. Yeah. He needs to be... he can't even watch it, because if we're watching it at the same time, shit is still going to break. Happen. And I can't let that happen to anybody on the Green Bay Packers. But, oh my God, I'm just picturing all of these different... Oh, Gordon Howard. Was that it?
Yeah. Boston Celtics. Yeah, I knew it was Howard. I thought that's what it was.
Boom, it just came into my mind.
And, dude, he was supposed to be, the guy with them, whenever he came in. I remember they had a lot of expectations for him, and it was, the second game of the season, and he snaps his leg.
You figure when you have an injury like that in any sport, imagine the thought process, as an NBA player, every time you jump, just thinking what could happen when you come down. As a mixed martial arts fighter, when you kick. And maybe it's me just having high anxiety, but it's sometimes I'll stub my toe on the couch and I'm terrified for a week to walk past that fucking thing. So, props to everybody who's come back from these crazy injuries, because we see these sports miracles happen all the time. Adrian Peterson coming back from he tore his ACL and MCL or something, and he comes back.
Joe Burrow, same thing.
And then you've got your unsuccess stories RG3, who would have been a dominant force in the NFL, hurts his knee, and he was just never the same once he came back, and it was too bad.
The crazy thing about the RG3 stories, I felt like everybody loved RG3, and then it's the moment he got hurt, everybody was like, yeah, that's just not style's not going to work in the NFL. I'm like, well, it worked for 2 years. I mean, he literally took Washington to the playoffs.
Yeah,
and probably the most success they've had in the last 20 years.
He ran all over the Green Bay Packers. I mean, between him and Colin Kaepernick, man, the Packers could never stop a read option quarterback, which is why, a lot of people have heard me say I hate read option quarterbacks, and I think a lot of that is bias because the Packers have never, in the history of read option quarterbacks, been able to stop one.
Right.
All the way back to freaking Randall Cunningham. And, what was the other one? No, Randall Cunningham. I think he was really the first true running quarterback. And then, we got long after that, Michael Vick made everyone forget about Randall Cunningham.
Now Lamar Jackson.
I mean, hell, even, your Russell Wilsons, and with him it's so hard because he's, 5'5", and these people trying to tackle him are 6'4", and then, where'd he go?
Right underneath the arms.
You know how that feels, right?
Yeah.
Kind of.
little bit.
I think we've talked about it before, but Paul is 5'1", so he's pretty small.
5'9".
Something like that. You know, we never got to have our little sports bet with each other where we were going to go out and, you know, do some sports activities against each other as a bet because we didn't have anyone contribute. You know, we wanted to know what the wager was going to be for. Like, we still need you guys to tell us. We're willing to do these bets every single week. You just tell us what the wager is. What do you guys want to see? Like I said, do you want to see Paul dress up like a girl? Do you want to see me go shirtless for a podcast?
No,
it's not.
No, please.
Trust me. Trust me. I wear loose enough shirts to hide the gut and the hair. So like you actually don't want to see that. But you know, I'm willing to do a lot of weird shit though.
I'll be down. Let us know what you guys want the wager to be, and we'll go out and do it.
Yeah. But I think that's going to wrap things up. Like I said, sports world is a little dry right now. You know, we had Drew League happening in basketball, which, I mean, yeah, LeBron James beat up on a bunch of unprofessional basketball players. Whoa, shit.
No, but I did watch. There's a bunch of other guys that played in as well. DeRozan.
Yeah, DeRozan, I mean,
put on some moves.
It's hard to say, like, oh, they looked good because, again, they're playing against people who are not NBA players.
Professionals, yeah.
But, you know, because, like, even the White Mamba, you know, one of the worst basketball players in the NBA ever, you know, he'll go to an open gym against their best basketball player and beat him 40-0. So these guys are professional athletes for a reason. You know, we talk about the MLB players and the Blue Jays winning 28-5. That Red Sox team, in their shape that day, will beat any minor league team.
100%.
You know, it's there's a reason they're
Everybody
professional
has their good
athletes.
days and bad days. They just had a really, really,
See,
really bad day.
I would definitely be a professional athlete. The problem is every day is a bad day. So otherwise, 100% I'd be a millionaire right now. But yeah, that'll wrap things up for the podcast. You know, like, subscribe, turn notifications on, check out our live streams. I had a brain fart there. I pulled a Paul for a second.
Yeah, and make sure you share the hell out of it.
Share us your game clips. We want everything. Do you understand me? But yeah, so, you know, we don't have to say have a good night because it's only like, you know, 5 o'clock right now. Yeah. And usually we finish these around 11. Somewhere. But have a good day, everybody.
Have a good one. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Let's move.
So it's still like, yeah.
Now, fuck that with snakes, fucking kangaroos, and sharks, bro. That.
How you going?
Fuck that.
We got most of that shit here, bro. This is the Australia, United States.
Not like that, bro. Snakes be just fucking creeping in people's house.
How many stories in Australia have you heard of a man taking bath salts and eating another man's face? 0.
Probably.
0. That happened here.
But that's just in Miami.
Yeah, weird shit does happen in Miami.
Yeah, a lot of weird shit.
Yeah, I'll give you that.